Hey, and welcome to Games Extra Point. It's your boy Big Game James from Big Game Sports Buzz. Hey, please remember if you ever check out our show, A Read and I, Big Game Sports Buzz, Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Time on YouTube. Now also available on Viva Live on Roku as well through ASAP Network. Big shout out to them. And this just came in yesterday, and I started to report on it. Did something real small, real short, and part of me doesn't want to believe it until I see a press conference. But Tom Brady, the man that some call the GOAT, has decided to hang it up and retire. It's one thing about football, guys. The game ends for everybody. And for most players, it never ends the way you want it to. Here it is, Tom Brady. 20 years he played in the NFL, 15 Pro Bowls, played in 10 Super Bowls, won 7 of them, numerous MVPs, all pro titles, so many different accolades. But the one thing that he gets to do is walk away with dignity and pride and on his own terms. Now, like I said, part of me may not believe it until I actually see the press conference myself. But for the number of people I've spoken to in Tampa, it's a real deal. It's going to happen. Just not sure when he's going to announce it to the world. And we just have to read the report that's on ESPN. Like I said, so many guys come into the NFL, and I say so many, but it's a small percent. With 3% of people who play high school, college football have a chance to make it to the NFL, and the number's probably smaller than that. I was one of that small percent, but I also was a short career, a 5-year career that I feel blessed to have said that I played in the NFL. 5 of the best years of my life. And for so many guys, they end up being an NFL nomad, meaning they travel and go from team to team, they're journeymen. And for more players that play, the game abruptly ends. You never really get a chance to end it the way you dreamed that you would end it. You look at some players that stuck around too long that didn't ever want to walk away from the game, and they look bad doing it. Tom Brady, in 2 years in Tampa, won Super Bowl championship, 13-4 this season, got his team to the divisional round of the playoffs, got him back in the game, and the defense actually blew it. Who knows what would have happened? Who knows if he would have gone to another Super Bowl? Now, like him or hate him, I feel like you have to respect him. His game was what it was, and it was one of the best games from a quarterback to ever play the game of football. The work that he put in, the time and the dedication, he earned the right to be called the GOAT. And I must admit, I think the GOAT phrase is different for everyone. And I don't think you can have one sports GOAT because all sports are different. Muhammad Ali's the GOAT when it comes to boxing. Venus Williams could be said to be the GOAT for women's tennis, right? Michael Jordan is my basketball GOAT. And as much as I want to put a defensive player in my GOAT status for the NFL, it's hard for me to ignore Tom Brady being one of those guys. So no disrespect, because my GOAT is Reggie White, man. He rest in peace, because I'm a defensive lineman. But when I look at the quarterbacks that have played in my era and before me when I was young enough to watch the game that I love so much with my grandfather, Tom Brady is at the top of that list now. Some people will argue that, and that's fine. We're all entitled to our own opinion. Someone will say, well, he cheated. He did some things different when it came to Deflate-Gate and deflated. But, guys, I'm going to tell you something. He did what almost every quarterback does. He got caught doing it. That wasn't the first. Tom Brady wasn't the first person to deflate footballs. And he's not going to be the last to do it. And if you really want to sit back and say that blemishes his NFL career, you know nothing about the game of football. While some people will love it, fans will hate it, I feel like everyone has to sit back and respect it. Because Tom Brady owes none of us anything at all. He only owes it to himself to do what's going to make him happy, his kids happy, and his wife happy. So if that means that he's going to walk away from the game of football, and that Tampa's going to have to start all over at the quarterback position, then so be it. Tom Brady is one of the best to ever do it. And while it pains me to see him walk away from my team as a fan, I can appreciate and respect it as a player. This is your boy, Big Game James for Big Game Sports Buzz. And this is Games Extra Point. Games Extra Point is brought to you by Fat Boy Coffee. Fat Boy Coffee. Don't let the fat fool you. If you haven't tried Fat Boy Coffee yet, log on fatboycoffee.com. Order you some today.